Well, hi everyone, and thanks for joining us for our Wednesday encouragement today. Before we get to our devotional thought, I want to take a moment and thank all the adults who helped with the Children's Safari Park outing last week. We couldn't have done it without you, and the kids had a great time learning about some of the amazing animals God created. Some of them got a little closer to some of them than they thought they might, but they had a great time, and we thank you all for that. Well, as a young man, Manfred Steiner had dreamed of being a physicist, but his family encouraged him to go into medicine, and so that's what he did. He earned a medical degree and a PhD in biochemistry and became a hematologist researching blood disorders. In fact, he served as the head of the hematology department at Brown University's medical school. Steiner retired in 2002, but instead of moving to Jackson Hole and taking up fishing, he decided to study physics, as you do. He took a couple of classes per semester at Brown. How would you like to be a college student in your 70s? I don't know how I'd do with that. But he kept going, and after completing all his classes, last fall he defended his thesis entitled Corrections in the Geometrical Interpretation of Bosonization. He beat me to it. I would have written that myself if I had thought of it and knew what it was. But earning a PhD in physics at 89 is incredibly impressive. I appreciate people who don't let age stop them from fulfilling their purpose. When I was in Bible college at MacU, we had a man there who had just started classes. His name was Robert. Robert worked a couple of retirement jobs as a custodian, but he loved the Lord and his church needed a minister. He had been doing what he could, but he felt like he needed more training, so he enrolled in Bible college in his 70s and preached at his church. Scripture's full of people who did great things for God in their senior years. Abraham was 75 when he put aside his family's idols and started worshiping God alone, and God used him to become the father of the nation of Israel. Isaiah and Daniel served the Lord well into their 80s and beyond, and the Apostle John preached and wrote well into his senior years. And there are so many more. The psalmist wrote, "Now that I am old and my hair is gray, don't leave me, God. I must tell the next generation about your power and greatness." I love that attitude. The attitude that says, I'm going to do everything I can to serve God as long as there is breath in my body. I'm going to use the knowledge and experience that comes with my age to serve God and others. As far as God's concerned, our senior years aren't the time to retire from service. It's when we take all that knowledge and wisdom our experience has allowed us to accrue over the years and serve God in a way we couldn't when we were younger. Service may take a different form when we're in our 70s than it did in our 20s, but we can still have a huge impact for the kingdom. Dr. Steiner has said he doesn't intend to pursue another doctorate. I guess 3's enough for him. He wants to continue to work in physics. That's admirable. And don't be surprised if he doesn't become the oldest winner of the Nobel Prize in whatever that was he wrote his thesis on.